Good. Intro. It's intro time. Shush. Everyone shut up. What's going on, main characters? It's your boy Talks Too Much with Third Party Studios. In today's video, we talk about the recent announcement to come from Henry Cavill and Games Workshop regarding the Warhammer 40k project in development over at Amazon Studios. We have a lot to talk about today, so if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, share the video out there, and consider checking out the merch store with the link in the description. With all of that out of the way, let's get into the video. This one's actually a big one.
Yay, it's everyone's boy crush.
It's everybody's boy crush, man love. Henry Cavill, Warhammer 40k TV series is officially announced and under development from Amazon Studios, Games Workshop, Henry Cavill. Those three together could make magic, but...
Does he have to answer to, like, Games Workshop? Like, Workshop has to, like, give their blessing to certain things? Because that would fucking suck.
He's an executive producer. So, I've seen...
He's basically in control of the project. He's like...
Yeah.
You could quantify him as, like, showrunner.
Yeah. He's going to be heavily involved. I don't think he's going to be comfortable taking a back seat, especially if... So, all of the rumors around the series were that there was hopes that the series would be a long-running cinematic show slash franchise, TV franchise. Probably a bunch of spin-offs, more characters.
Oh yeah, it's a whole goddamn universe.
Exactly.
So much to explore.
There's so much they could do.
They have like over 400 and some books in this universe.
If Amazon put their $1 billion behind this, I'd be much more excited than the Rings of Power. So the thing is that Amazon has a reputation for really hurting large franchises. Rings of Power being the best example. I think they do fair enough by medium franchises, so I wouldn't...
Well, it's like the low-budget ones, like Terminalist and Reacher. Yeah. It wasn't really in their zeitgeist, so it's like, you guys can just do whatever the fuck you want, we don't care.
Well, and then you have, what was the one I was going to point to? So, I think there's probably an argument to be made against me on this one, but I think there's not a good case that you could say that the Fallout franchise is as big as the Lord of the Rings franchise.
No, definitely not.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure, because I wasn't going to be... first off, I'm not the beloved Fallout fan. Like, I don't care about Fallout that much. But if people went up to me and said it's like one of the biggest video game franchises of all time, it's beloved by everybody, even Fallout 76 fixed its bugs, and Bethesda's amazing. Like, if someone wanted to really swallow the boot on something, that might have been the one I was expecting it to happen on. But I think, to be fair... Fallout, not as popular as Lord of the Rings.
No.
So that's what I'm saying is that when I say Lord of the Rings is a bridge apart, that's what I mean. Is that Lord of the Rings was like completely wrecked by Amazon with Rings of Power. Season 3, I believe, was confirmed this week too. So
oh yeah. No, like we did mention it last week. I was like, oh, and Rings of Power Season 3 hasn't even been announced yet. And then you said, I think it was announced right before we started talking.
Yeah. Yep. So it was yeah, so Rings of Power is definitely going to keep going.
But yeah, with Fallout, no, it's to me, it's as I wouldn't say it's as egregious as Rings of Power, but it's still kind of shit and fucks over the lore of Fallout. Because I'm a Fallout fan and I know a lot about it.
Well, and so Fallout, actually, we're going to be talking about this a little later. Fallout won the Fallout TV series won an award for the Video Games 2024 awards.
Cool.
So we're going to be talking about that.
I only watched 2 episodes of that show. I was like, yeah, this is fucking retarded.
Yeah,
the coincidences and the shit going on was too much for me.
Yeah. I appreciate that that's an issue you have with, like, storytelling. It's less of one for me. Because I understand, well,
it's like you introduce all your main characters and then they just start randomly bumping into each other.
Yeah.
I don't like that shit.
I get it. I completely understand. In the same vein, I'm like, so we're trying to, like, so obviously we're working on our stories with Matt. Third Party Studios is working on a bunch of projects behind the scenes. And one of our biggest issues is like, hey, how do we like tell this story in a way that like feels organic? It flows. It's true to the characters. It's a quality performance. And all of these continuity errors that keep popping up. And I'm just like, God damn it. Why is he over there? We didn't put him over there. Why is he there? It's like, because that's what his character would do. Fuck. What an asshole.
Well, like the most egregious one, like when I say like bumping into each other randomly, it's like, all right, so the Brotherhood of Steel sent out to find this doctor. They're going to this city to get information and try to find him. On the way there, this one night, it's like, I want to shoot something, land here. And they land at the same spot that the doctor was just at.
Yeah.
Just randomly.
Yeah.
like, oh my god, that's the dumbest fucking writing I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, you just missed him. He is over there.
I think he was here literally 5 minutes ago. If we just walk that way, we might catch him.
No, but we heard a clue. He's that way. Oh, do what you want.
Right.
So do what you-
We'll take off, and I'm gonna go land somewhere else and find someone else important.
So I want to just get this off my chest because this has been bugging me for months. Obviously, all we knew about Warhammer 40k's project, that Henry Cavill was kind of piloting the conversations and trying to get the ball rolling. Amazon was the likely place it was going to land, and Games Workshop was making a bunch of moves to accommodate Amazon's requests when it came to the female custodies, all the like the female custody retcon that they did.
Yeah, well, I would say with the news finally dropping that, like, all right, we're basically going into production or whatever, is that because Henry wouldn't make something that isn't like kind of true to the source. He'd just be like, well, fuck it, I guess we're not doing it, or I'm not doing it. You guys continue without me.
Well, and I wish
So it might be more.
Henry Cavill is the kind of person who I'd want to meet as a celebrity, not to like fanboy or anything over him, but just to actually understand where his worldview is. Like, hey, you did Witcher for 2 seasons. Did he do 3 seasons? He's
3. There was 3.
There was 3 seasons. I thought they replaced him is where I was getting. I thought they replaced him with someone.
Liam Hemsworth.
Yeah.
It's just not out yet.
Okay, gotcha. So when he was doing that, I was like, how much did that piss you off? I mean,
he addresses like there's a YouTube short going around for a while to where he's talking about is like I can understand why people might see me as like hard to work with. Is just like because you're telling me to do something my character wouldn't fucking do.
Yeah, but then he like okay,
he's
but
like
then, yeah,
very true to
does...
the character and the source material, and he's always put in a position to where it's like, well, that's not what my character would do.
Exactly.
You're fucking me here.
But that would be like that's the thing. It's like I want to understand like how. So obviously the show got made, and it was made in such a way that I think it was kind of mid received, right? I mean, it wasn't.
Season 1
was loved.
Yeah, and it got memed, so everyone knew about it.
Yep.
And I enjoyed it. I actually kind of liked it a lot. And then season 2, first episode was really good, and then it was dog shit after that. And then I didn't even watch season 3. I don't care about the show anymore.
Well, so my point being like, hey, if they were obviously not going to tell a lore accurate story, what was it did you stay because it was like professionalism? Were you contractually obligated?
He signed a contract for 3 seasons to begin with.
Yeah.
And so he just didn't renew. He's like, yeah, fuck it.
Okay. So I'm just trying to be like, hey, I obviously really admire the role you play in Hollywood as an advocate for fandom. I admire that. I'm wondering how far you're going and how far you're willing to go, and like what happens behind the scenes that we as fans don't see. Like how much compromise is there in this work that you're creating? And not to call him out, because he's again the biggest advocate we have for fandom in Hollywood.
Yeah, nerdom in Hollywood.
But it is one of those things where like you don't meet your heroes kind of thing. It's like I want to understand like what your like how hard this fight is happening.
It's like, dude, do you want to just talk about like The Witcher 3 for a while?
Yeah, it's just...
that's how the conversations would go. It'd just be like, is whatever you're probably interested in, like nerd wise. It's like, yeah, he knows about it.
Yeah. Well, and obviously Warhammer's one I really want.
Like in the middle of an interview for The Witcher, him and the guy that plays Dandelion, the fucking traveling musician, they just started talking about Warhammer. It's like, hey, you want to battle sometime or whatever? It's like, yeah, we'll get together.
So with the project going though, and Henry Cavill obviously being an executive producer and playing a role in the film, he's going to be heavily financially invested into this project's success.
Yeah.
So he is going to be more invested than just a contract obligation that he has with somebody. He's going to.
I kind of want the first season to just be the Horus Heresy to like get everyone into the universe, because that happens in 30K.
No, I know it's an OG. That's an OG story reference,
right? And so you kind of get the understanding of how everything's going, and then season 2 you go 40K.
Because it would be a very very hard story to revisit. Right? It'd be a very difficult story. Like if you're telling a 40K story and then you're like, oh,
you're constantly
season 2,
referencing shit from the past
that no one knows.
Right.
Now, keep in mind, Dune did that in the original series where they're referencing all these like factions and known historical things that happen, and like you turned away a lot of people who were just normies who couldn't keep up, and then even you and I were confused and just kind of realized, oh, it's a part of their universe. They're obvious. It's just good dialogue because it's a part of their universe.
Right.
They're just
talking about like talking about everything like you should know it.
Exactly.
Which makes sense.
And
instead of just being like, oh, you remember this house or this thing, and
Yeah.
let me exposition dump on you right now.
Exactly. I would be fine if Warhammer ignored the Horus Heresy as like a story to be put on screen and just left it as this very pivotal historical reference point to be
You could.
poked at. Now, at the same time, the Horus Heresy would take a fair, like, you would probably need like a season to set up the Horus Heresy just to fill the universe proper so that betrayal makes sense.
That's kind of true too.
So I mean, you like this series needs to be like a 5-season series off jump just to like get people up to speed. But I wonder if Games Workshop is probably still going to continue to tell their new stories through books. I'm not under the impression that Games Workshop is going to use this medium to tell new stories for their franchise.
No, probably not.
I mean, it'll be a new setting, a new place, a new interaction, but it won't be like a major new story because Games Workshop makes the majority of what it makes through miniatures and books.
Yeah.
So I don't see them adjusting their business model because
Do
they have a
through
TV
books?
series.
Or is it kind of like a Star Wars like Legends? You know, there's like a shitload of random Star Wars books. Is it kind of like that where the authors like just get like some leeway?
I am not sure. So comment below to let us know what if anybody in the comments knows how that works for them licensing wise, if it's actual Games Workshop production or if it's like a co-signed work from somebody else that they just endorse as canon. Because obviously every time you criticize one of the story elements, like with the female custodies, they obviously had a big fight on their hands and they took it to heart. So I'm convinced that it's their productions, but I could be wrong, and I don't dig into the books. I've like gotten into the models in the game, but I have not been digging into the books.
Yeah, I started like one book a while ago, but I haven't gone back to it.
Most of my lore breakdowns come from videos. Like, I find that just to be the easiest way to absorb the medium.
Yeah, there is this one guy on YouTube, I forget his fucking name, but he has like 100 videos that are like over an hour a piece, just explaining, like he starts almost like chronologically, just going through the universe and whatnot. It's pretty good.
Well, Slim introduced me to Wes Hammer. Wes Hammer's a YouTube channel, pretty huge. I think he has a couple 100,000 subscribers, but he does these really fun, well-edited video breakdowns on canon and lore from Warhammer 40k universe. Let's read the official announcement from Henry Cavill that was posted on his Instagram. So this is brought to us by George the other day. George comments, so I really hope the Warhammer series goes on for years and has multiple seasons, because one thing you'll never see from Henry Cavill is him not being incredibly passionate towards the IPs in every project he does. Well said, George. Now,
or Jorge, you racist.
No, it's George.
Okay.
Now, for Henry Cavill, oh, wow, that is way too small.
That's what she said.
Okay, we'll have to blow that up.
That's also what she said.
Why can't I make you bigger?
Again.
Shut up. Shut the hell up. Okay.
That's the best it's gonna get.
We'll do our best. All right, I'll read it off for you guys. So from Henry Cavill, to celebrate some Warhammer news, I decided to make a pilgrimage to the very first place I bought Warhammer models over 30 years ago, the little shop on my home island of Jersey. It's a Jersey thing.
Not that Jersey.
It's a Jersey thing. But
it's across the pond Jersey.
It's a different Jersey, old Jersey. My incredible team and I, alongside the brilliant minds at Games Workshop, have been working away in concept rooms, breaking down approaches to the enormity and magnificence of the Warhammer world. Together, we've been sifting through the plethora of incredible characters and poring over old tomes and texts. Our combined efforts have led us to a fantastic place to start our universe, which has been agreed upon by those up on high at both Amazon and Games Workshop. That starting place shall, for now, remain a secret. Watch this space,
you fucker.
Though more to come in time.
Where are you starting?
That kind of endorsement sounds really, really good to me. I'm kind of here for that level of just endorsement from Henry Cavill. Like, that seems really deep into it. That sounds like he's very passionate about the success that they've found in the story that they want to tell. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious, and we'll have to wait a while, I expect, before we're gonna have any.
At least 2 years.
Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, we're not gonna see it on screen for a long time, but I'm hoping that the at least the narrative we get will be able to be broken down. You probably gain some benefit keeping that close to the chest to avoid criticism and outside influence. But I mean, I want to know, but at the same time,
I need to know.
I need some.
Tell me, baby girl. But yeah, the YouTuber I was referencing for 40k lore is Luton09.
Oh, Luton.
Luton. He's got a playlist of 158 videos about 40k lore.
Guys, go check him out.
And it's chronological too.
Go subscribe. Go check out his content. Sounds like it's a good place to get caught up.
If you have, 300 hours, just sitting on your hands.
You don't?
I do, definitely.
So, okay, so final thoughts on Henry Cavill, because I would like to know, like, when it comes to the Henry Cavill and the Warhammer 40k project, I think that Amazon was probably their biggest obstacle to success with this. If Henry Cavill has found a story that he sounds excited about.
Which is kind of weird, because Amazon's got, they don't have fuck you money. They have shut the fuck up and just do what I say kind of money.
Yep.
To where it's like, you could just like throw out a random amount and be like, all right, we'll put it on our streaming service. Because Amazon, it's like a pet project. Putting out shows and whatnot. They don't need it. They don't care. It's not their source of income at all. Same with Apple.
Right.
So I don't like. Remember that South Park episode where it was actually the superhero ones. They're trying to get a deal with Netflix because Netflix was just green lighting everything.
Was that Rick and Morty or was that
no? It's South Park.
Okay, I'm with you.
It might have been the game too. I'm not even sure. But
okay, because I don't remember this episode specifically, but it sounds like it could be in either spot, and I might have just missed it.
Yeah, they're pitching to Netflix, and Netflix is like, yeah, sure, whatever. That's kind of what I picture Amazon would be like. It's like, I have infinite money. Just do what you want. If it's good and makes money, that's cool. I really don't care.
Well,
I'll be over here.
And Amazon, Amazon bought a lot of goodwill from me with Has-Been Hotel. Like the fact that Vivzipop was able to bring her universe from YouTube into actual cinema production on a very, very popular streaming platform, and it was done in it was done amazingly well. I that bought a lot.
But it kills it at the same time with Rings of Power.
Exactly. It's like you have big
ice
wins
cream in
and big
one hand,
losses.
shit in the other.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't know what you're gonna get.
Would you like shit on your ice cream?
I think HBO might have been a safer place to deploy this project.
I would have, because HBO knows how to make shows too.
Exactly, and they understand the value of a good show. Mm-hmm. They understand it, and that's all they want. They don't want low quality on their as like an HBO exclusive. Now they've to caveat, they like Velma, the Cape Crusader, like they've deployed plenty of crap.
Cape Crusader wasn't them. Well, okay, they hired Jar Jar Abrams to produce stuff. Like they gave him like a $500 million budget. It's like, hey, make stuff for us. But it was so shit that they're like,
someone else
Netflix, do you want this? Or whoever the fuck took it.
I was just saying that like it was on their platform, not necessarily that they produced it, but just that
no, they produced it. It wasn't on their platform.
Velma was.
Their money. No, Velma was. Yeah. Cape Crusader was not.
I gotcha. But I'm excited.
They just paid for it.
Warhammer 40k, guys. It's going to be pretty huge. I'm optimistic. I think
if Henry gets to do what he wants to do, it'll be great.
I agree. That's going to be what it takes. That's going to be what it'll take to make that successful. So I think that's...
Just don't fuck with him. It'll be fine.
Leave Henry alone.
Right.
Leave Brittany alone.
Do we have to talk about this next thing?
Yeah, we have to. We got one more big topic to go into. Well, actually, hold on. We can jump to this other topic first, because this one's going to be pretty short.